everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Heeelllloooooo Things. If you didn't know, well now you know. Welcome. Welcome to this. Yeah, this is Heeelllloooooo Things. And I have a story for you guys today. I've never done a story time on my channel before until today. And the story I'll be telling you today is how my florist royally screwed up on my wedding day. Like, is that a spider? My florist beyond screwed up on my wedding day. And I was told that, you know, that would be the one thing that I wouldn't ever have to worry about for my wedding day. And he just well, I would say he ruined it because it was really, really fun. But I almost went full on bridezilla because of it. It was bad. It was real bad. So I guess I'll get started by kind of explaining why we picked this guy as our as the florist for our wedding. My mom, he used him for her wedding, and you know, anything that we needed flowers for, we've always gone to him. He was like our family florist. And he always used to do a fantastic job. Like, everything looked so gorgeous. And I remember my mom telling me that on her wedding day, like, she opened up the box that her bouquet came in and just nearly cried because it was so beautiful and he matched the colors perfectly. And basically he creates magic with the flowers the flower arrangements that he makes. So I was like, okay, perfect. Like, it will be wonderful. I won't even have to worry about it. I'll just have to tell him what I want, show him pictures, and it'll be fine. Was not fine. I actually waited to make an appointment with him for a while because I was so busy with work and traveling and all of this other stuff. And I made the appointment with him very, very late. And I was able to go with my mom, and I brought pictures of exactly what I wanted, like to a T. Like, this is exactly what I wanted, and maybe just a little bit more of like a light airbrush, like salmony coral color and like the peonies or whatever. This is what I wanted for my bouquet. And this is what I wanted for the bridesmaids bouquets. And this is kind of what I was looking at for centerpieces and what I wanted on the mantle. And okay, now you see what I wanted. 2 weeks after or maybe like a couple days later after we had met with my florist, he was supposed to send us a price estimate. And it took me like a month of calling him nonstop to get that price list. And all it was a typed up thing on like Word of like what my fiance or now husband was responsible for and what I was responsible for. And little did he know that we paid for the wedding ourselves. There were a couple little things that like our families helped with. It took me pestering the crap out of him to get my price estimate. And it wasn't mailed to me, it was mailed to my parents' house, which is like, okay, I gave you my address, but yet you still mail it to my parents. Like, what do you think is going on? Like, I've lived with my now husband for like 3 years. Like, come on. So I go and I pick up the price estimate and I open it and I darn near crapped my pants. I'm not even kidding. Like, the amount, like, I could not believe how expensive these flowers were. And I kind of went on a bridezilla panic mode and went like researching on things I could do myself, or I know Ryan's aunt does floral arrangements for a living, so we like considered her, and I was like freaking out because the amount the flowers cost was darn near a third of our budget. And that was like not okay. I was really, really it was bad. But after a couple days, I kind of calmed down. I looked at the price estimate again, and I chopped like $400 off of what we owed them. And in all honesty, I think that is what caused this hot mess of the flowers I received on my wedding day. Because I can't think of any other reason why they would be so horrible. I honestly cannot think of any other reason. But I chopped it down like $400, and mind you, this $400 was in boutonnieres and corsages. Boutonnieres and corsages $400. And mind you, I had a very, very, very small wedding party. My sister was my maid of honor, and that was it. And my husband had a best woman, and that was it. And the boutonnieres were going to be for my two brothers and my dad and his dad. And the corsages were going to go to my mom, my grandma, his grandma, and like 3 other family members. And it's like, I'm not paying $400 for a flower to go in someone's hair. No. Like, who do you think I am? Like, rich AF? No. But yeah, so I chopped $400 off of it. I was feeling okay. After that, I called them like maybe 2 weeks before the wedding to secure the day, and I actually went into the store. The guy wasn't there, so I talked to someone else to chop off $400 off of the budget. And you know, I went to put a payment down, but you know, she's like, oh well, like if you don't have your card right now, you can just pay over the phone tomorrow. And I was like, okay, I'll call tomorrow. So I called and I gave him the card number, and I expected it to go out that day. It didn't. I waited and I waited and I waited, and he didn't take the money out until after the day of the wedding, which is like, okay, whatever. Like, I told you we could pay for it now, but it was really frustrating because there were other things we had to pay for, and I was expecting that to be out of the bank account by then. The day of the wedding, I was running a little late, as usual on wedding days go, and like my phone wasn't working, like no one was getting my texts, so I got to the venue like an hour late, and the guy had already dropped off the flowers, and I was running around making sure everything was set up right, and I was lining the aisle with this little thing that I'd put together instead of the stupid paper lanterns. I might have to make another video. I'll just do a bunch of wedding experience videos. If you guys want that, you should thumbs up this video. Anyways, I was running around like trying to get some of this stuff done, and I look up at like the fireplace, because we got married in front of a fireplace in this ballroom, and the mantle decorations on there, I honestly could not believe. Like, I could have done better myself. And it was very spaced out, like it was nothing like what I had wanted. And I turn around, and on the table where the people are supposed to put their gifts is my bouquet and the 2 lady bouquets and my throw bouquet. And I tried so hard to keep myself together. Like, I tried so hard. I'm very proud of myself for that, because I did not cry. The only time I cried was when I saw my future husband for the first time. We did like a big reveal thing, and instead of him crying, I cried. Anyways, so I go upstairs and I'm trying to keep my cool, and my mom's like, okay, like, are you okay? Like, what's wrong? And I didn't want to say anything because my grandma was there. And we go into the bathroom to get my like under things on to get into my dress, and I said, Mom, my bouquet is ugly AF. And she's like, oh no, it can't be that bad. I was like, Mom, the bouquet is hot pink. It is, I kid you not, it was hot pink. The colors for my wedding were silver, ivory, and coral. Like a salmon-y coral. It was a very weird salmon coral. But I'll include I'll just put the picture here of what it looked like. Minus the ivory and kind of like ivory corally salmon-y colored roses, this is what I got. And compare it to what I actually wanted, it is nowhere effing near what I had asked him for. I could not believe it. And my mom was just like, oh no, it's fine, it's fine. And I was like, Mom, no, it's not. And so like, okay, well, like someone go get the bouquet so we can see. And the best woman brought it, because Cam was running back and forth between my room and Ryan's room, just checking up on us and just calming Ryan down because he was a nervous wreck. But she brought it in, and literally everyone just like stopped, and they're like, that's it? Like, that's it? I mean, I didn't know what to do. I was already freaking out. I had already taken my anxiety medication, so I was kind of calm, but at this point it was really like, it was about to really kick in and try to calm me down because I was freaking out. Luckily I had my Nutella stack pack, So that was calming me down a little bit. I didn't want to think about it, so I just called them and handed the phone to Kim and said, okay, go fix this, because everyone else was freaking out, not knowing what to do. My mom was too busy trying to fix the bouquet, and my grandma's just like, ah! Because that's my grandma. And my sister was busy trying to get ready because we were ready to take pictures, and then Florist just completely screwed up. Kim goes and gives him a mouthful because why? And basically he tells her, well, sorry, there's nothing I can do. You're just gonna have to deal with it. That really, I mean, even my mom and my grandma were like, are you serious? He's not even gonna try to whip up something together to put together for your wedding day. No. Nope, he's just like, hey, you're just gonna have to deal with it yourself. But thank God, my mom and I went to Safeway the day before because I wanted to get little bundles of roses for the parents, or because they weren't getting the freaking corsages. I wanted to get them a little bundle of ivory and these coral roses with some greenery and baby's breath, just to thank them for everything they've helped us with. And nope, we took those roses and stuck them in my bouquet, and we took out the stupid stephanotis, which is that white triangle star looking thing. It's those were ugly as snot. I still can't believe what I got. But my mom sat there and stuck them in my bouquet and tried to make it look nice. And also, and then on top of that, the peonies that he used looked like plastic. And he's like, oh, well, they're supposed to be these super nice peonies from Alaska or whatever. And it's these things look like freaking plastic. What? What? So my mom kind of saved the day. She fixed it all, put it all together. I kind of calmed down. And I was talking with my photographer, and even he had said that he has never worked with a vendor like that who refuses to help the bride on her wedding day and who does something like this. He said that he is a bleep hole, a complete asshole, basically. And luckily no one noticed the bouquet. They all thought they were beautiful and stuff like that, but inside I was just I hate this, how could he do this, I hate it. Ugh. And I think what really pisses me off more is that we stayed in a hotel the night of the wedding, and then we woke up the next morning and the flowers were the perfect color. Literally the perfect color of coral that I had wanted. And it could have been achieved if he had just, that just shows the amount of unprofessionalism he is with this whole thing. Is that the bouquet I wanted could have been achieved if he had just done it a day earlier. If that doesn't show amateurism, I don't know friggin' what is. And he's been doing this for 50 years. So it's okay, well, you give me these hot pink pieces of crap. It's I know a lot of people save their bouquets just as a memory, and they dry it out and stuff and put it in a little shadow box. I had no problem throwing mine in the garbage, and the rest of the flowers went in the garbage. And I think that's the one biggest regret I have from the wedding is using him as my florist, because it was a hot mess. And I wrote several reviews giving him 1 star and saying I absolutely hated it. We're never going back. Even my parents said after 30 years of using him, they're done for what he did to my wedding. Just thanks, Mom and Dad. But no, it was 100% not worth the money, not worth the time. I could have done better myself. A 3rd grader could have done better than what he did for me. Yeah, so that's the story of how my florist beyond screwed up at my wedding day with my flowers. He sucks. But yeah, overall, Brian and I are supposed to get our wedding photos today, which I'm really excited for. And then one of Ryan's family members recorded a bunch, she recorded a ton of footage from the actual wedding day. So I'll have to make a wedding day video, I guess. Just of like the ceremony and the dancing and stuff. And I think my favorite part was the ceremony because I put so much effort into the ceremony. It wasn't even funny. Like that is what had to be perfect, and that's what mattered to me, was the ceremony. And it was perfect. So yeah, you should give this video a thumbs up and comment below if like you know somebody, or if you've had like a wedding horror story like the day of and someone's completely screwed up and you don't know what to do. You should tell me, and also let me know if you want me to do more wedding experience videos, because I have a lot of stories, a lot of things that I was just like, what am I doing? And I planned it all myself. I did most of the work myself. Yeah. So, oh, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because I know it's over here. I remember. I haven't made a video in a while, but I remember. It's right here. So yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Bye!